Hello and welcome to the audio newsletter for the 23rd of November 2022. This edition is presented by me, Sarah, and Michelle.
The NatRoad chairman, Paul Fellows, starts the newsletter recapping the benefits of meeting face-to-face at the NatRoad conference and how it brought the opportunity to renew old friendships and make new ones. He was blown away by the quality of presentations, impressed by the young age of some attendees, and stimulated by the constructive debate in our NatRoad Parliament session. He also took the time to thank the conference partners and sponsors who helped make this event possible.
The newsletter also included an article detailing workplace law updates, and NatRoad wanted to remind members that we offer webinars and guidance to help you on these matters. If you have any questions about the changes discussed in our newsletter or want more information, give us a call on 1-800-272-144 or email info@natroad.com.au.
The Fair Work Amendment, Paid Family and Domestic Violence Leave Bill 2022 has received royal assent. This legislation introduces paid family and domestic violence leave to all employees as an entitlement under the National Employment Standards. It comes into effect for small business employers on 1 August 2023 and other employers on 1 February 2023. It is 10 days leave per year for all employees, including casuals and part-time employees, and is available in full at the commencement of each 12 months of employment, inclusive of transitional provisions about calculating the period of employment. Payment is at the full rate of pay rather than the employee's base rate, unlike annual leave, which is paid at a base rate. Employers can ask for evidence that shows the employee took the leave to deal with family and domestic violence. The evidence must convince a reasonable person that the employee took the leave to deal with the impact of family and domestic violence, which can include documents issued by the police service, documents issued by a court, family violence support service documents, or a statutory declaration. Any information about an employee's experience of family and domestic violence is sensitive. Employers must take reasonable steps to keep any information about an employee's situation confidential.
Widespread flood damage continues to be a concern for operators all over the East Coast, particularly in Western New South Wales. Heavy rain and persistent flooding have left a mark on many freight routes. Victoria is doing a great job keeping road users updated of flood impacts, with more than 440 closures at one point last week. New South Wales updates its own live traffic website is close to real time. Members should keep an eye on state transport department websites, but also check in with local councils and police for information about closures.
Working hard throughout the year is part of our industry, just like celebrating the end of the year with your team and workmates. Safety in the workplace is everyone's responsibility. The employer has a primary duty of care and must take all reasonable steps to ensure that all persons in the workplace are safe. The workplace includes a work-sponsored Christmas or end-of-year party, even if attendance is voluntary, held out of regular hours and away from the usual office or workplace. The following still applies: company policies, legislation on bullying, sexual harassment and discrimination, work cover, health and safety regulations. Avoid any unpleasant incidents by following the practical guidelines that will be posted up in the article on our website or in your email newsletter.
The 2021 to 2022 NHVR annual report has been released. One of the most telling statistics among many is the fact the regulator issued 143,231 road access permits issued in 2021 to 2022, an increase of 21.4% over the previous year. The NHVR puts it down to significant growth in the heavy vehicle industry in general, an increase in single trip permits due to growth in the crane sector, an increase in significant construction projects, and permits required in response to unprecedented flooding events. There is commentary in the report that shows an awareness that permit reduction is required for the future. If you would like the full rundown of NatRoad's takeaway on the NHVR annual report, look at the email sent through, or alternatively keep an eye on our website for further details.
The industrial dispute involving tugboat company Svitzer Australia remains fluid, with the Fair Work Commission last week ordering it to scrap its planned lockout of workers. The Danish-owned company has announced a lockout of 582 tugboat workers in response to a number of strikes over the past month in a 3-year-old bargaining dispute. The Commission ruled it was satisfied the lockout of maritime workers at 17 ports would cause significant damage to the Australian economy.
As always, if you have questions or would like further information on the articles discussed today, do not hesitate to contact us on 1800-272-144 or email info@natroad.com.au. We would like to thank the partner PACCAR and the Dealer Industry Fund for their sponsorship of this newsletter.